Aloha and welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. My name is Jay Scanlon and today we're going to be looking at saving your project and reopening it. And we're also going to look at ways of saving your project. So let's get into it. So right now this is kind of what we came up with in the last tutorial. I've made a couple of changes and we've already talked about these layers, and now it's time to save. And so like you do in a normal Word document, you can go to File and you have a few options. You have Save, you have Save As, Save for Web and Devices. Now depending on what you want to save this as, saving will save this as a Photoshop file, and I'll show you what that looks like. So it comes up to this and you give it a name, and it has PSD, which is going to be a photoshopped document. And so this will include all the layers, and you'll want to save this if you want to save all the different layers that you've worked with, or if you want to re-edit later on. And because we want to re-edit, so we'll just call this practice. Okay, so practice, I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, and then we'll click save. So now we have our Photoshop document. We can then close it, and then we can open up the same document that we created before. Click File, go to Open, look for your image practice PSD, and there it is with all the layers intact. Now when you have completed your project and you want to save it so that you can post it up for the other students or for the teacher to see, that's when you can use Save As and Save for Web and Devices. Let's just practice with Save As. So we have the PSD file. You can actually click down on the drop box and you can pick different file formats. JPEG is usually the smallest size for an image in this case, and so we can save it as JPEG, and it will then show us the extension .jpg, and you can save that way. Or the last one is save for web and devices. Now this is great for if you're wanting to save your project and say for YouTube or for Blogger, you have a background, and if you wanted to create your own background, they give you a restriction of a certain amount of pixels. And so right now it says 6.104 kilobytes, which is very small, and it preset is a GIF file. You don't want to play with that. You want to go to JPEG, and now it's got the different qualities. You have high or low, very high. You have your different settings, and you can play around with that, or you can change the quality up or down. Notice though that when you play around with this, this changes at the bottom. JPEG 27.32K. Say if the restriction is 30K or 30 kilobytes, you want to adjust it so that it's below 30, and that's the cool thing about saving it this way. And so you can know whether your file will be accepted or not. So you can click save, and then you will save it as a JPEG, and we can cancel out of that. But that's basically how you save and open up your document. Remembering that if you want to save your Photoshop image so that you can re-edit later on, you want to save it as a Photoshop document, and you can do that by clicking on File, Save. Also, if you wanted to save as a different type of file, like a JPEG, you can click Save As, and Save for Web and Devices. You will usually only use this if there is a restriction for uploading file. If it says that 1 megabyte is the maximum, then you have to adjust like we did previous so that it will meet that requirement. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we will look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.